Uh, Life going on and season. Yeah, we got 2 left, gentlemen. Let's let's try to give these people these last 2 episodes and the whole season, and we settle ourselves and let's get this thing right. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
The-
Ah,
we took a week. Because of life, look, shit that happened. Okay, y'all out there in the YouTube, Facebook world, things that happen in life, and we all go through it. And everybody had their schedules different and all that other stuff. So we was like, okay, we're gonna wait till Monday to come on, and we're back on here, and we're gonna do 2 more episodes before we get in the off season and enjoy our off season before we come back in August for season 6. But enough of that. Welcome to the report. We miss y'all. It feel like it's forever, but it's only been like a week. Um, Rob, Lone Wolf, how I know.
oh, pretty good, pretty good.
Good. As everyone can see, I am currently driving. I have a 2 hour drive to do right now. I have some business to take care of in another city that I came from. Oh, born and raised up. I feel like in my second home, but I have to take a drive. So it's only right. I guess that it's kind of we do the report, and I guess we get to talk sports for the next hour and a half or so, and I'm driving at the same time. So it'd be kind of fun. At least they'll get the drive out faster. So, um, gentlemen, it's been a while. We have some things to catch up on. So let's get started with what just happened about almost 24 hours ago. Um, we three predicted that the Oklahoma City Thunder was going to win this NBA Finals. Thank God it took them 7 games. We didn't expect for it to be 7 games. We didn't expect it to be a whole 2.5 weeks. But oh well, it did. Um, Unfortunately, last night we got robbed of a possible instant classic because of O'Halley Barton went from a calf strain to what Jason Tatum, KD, and also this year Damian Lillard suffered torn Achilles. Torn Achilles in the fourth after he went 3 or 4. He had 9 points, shot 3 threes. After that, done. Won't see Ali Barton, unfortunately, for next year. And after all of that, Oklahoma City in the third quarter did what they did best. And a quarter and a half later, SGA is now finals MVP. Oklahoma City Thunder, from wire to wire, was the favorite. And now they're the NBA champions. Um, Rob, take it away. What you got?
For the normal viewer, this is not the NBA Finals you wanted, but for the truth basketball fans, this is everything you wanted. 2 teams, cut it out, 7 games. know each other left and right. It was everything that you would want as a basketball fan, except for the way it ended. Of course, nobody wants to see Halliburton go down the way he did. But how ironic these two teams, well, really Indiana, truthfully, the way they made it to the NBA Finals. First round saw Giannis and Dame. Dame tore his Achilles, went in five. Destroyed Cleveland in the process. Played a New York team that just went through a gruesome series with Boston. Karl Anthony Towns get banged up a little bit. They made it through their series, and then within all the injuries they have escaped throughout the entire season, here comes their time. And it just happened literally at the absolute wrong time. We knew in game 5 when the calf strain popped up, we already knew. That's basically your sign of the Achilles. You got two options. Try to sit out game 6, and maybe you can get through a game 7, or play through it and hope that nothing happens. When you went through it, something happened. Get it? It's a game 7. You never know if you're ever going to get back on the stage. You do everything you can to play. I have nothing but respect for this team, for that man, Tyrese Halliburton. I hope he comes back healthy and ready to go the following year. Hopefully, this team can still be intact so they can make one more run. I give all props to OKC. They were the most healthiest team. The three things we discussed in the beginning of the year is health, chemistry, and a little bit of luck. Well, they got that. They got the little bit of luck because there was no major injuries outside of Chet, and he got that early enough that he could play, and the chemistry was there from day one. Adding pieces to a team that was already intact that made them the champions. I have nothing else to say about it. It's congratulations to OKC. Good job of finishing the job as the best team in the NBA from start to finish. SGA, your legacy has already been cemented. First time since 2000 that a scoring champion and the MVP wins the Finals MVP. Your legacy is set. Continue to build on your legacy. Sam Presti, you finally did it. You finally got yourself a championship team, and you still have draft capital for the next 5 years and counting. Continue to build on the team. Continue to be the general manager. Do not change your ways. And the coach, continue to evolving. You're only 40 years old. You still got a long way to go. Continue to build these young men. And maybe if you keep this up and keep them in mind you're going to have this core intact again, who knows? You could go back to back. But it's up to y'all. But for right now, smell the roses and actually have a drink when y'all get back to y'all home countries. Because what y'all did yesterday showed y'all age, but that's okay.
Before Lone Wolf go, because I know he'll have a lot to say about his guy. But by the way, Rob, let's give them a pass. The 23, 22-year-old children
I
that
said,
they
I said, I said I was cool with it. I said that's it. When they get, but I'm telling you, when they get home, well, they're gonna act like they're grown. Don't I ain't worried about that.
hey, they had a veteran in Alex Caruso show them how to pop open a champagne bottle. So they popped the cherry. They are right.
Wait till Tuesday.
Go right ahead, buddy.
Clippers, are you? How you doing? You doing fine? Are you okay, Clippers? Are you sure, Clippers? I want to make sure you find Clippers because since you trained the diamond in the rough, let's see here. He has the MVP under his belt, scoring title on his belt, and an NBA final ring under his belt. I call that triple blade power. We ain't heard that sound in a long time. The diamond in the rough, known as SGA, double double, 29, 12, and 5. Is okay. Play 40 minutes. And he has some friends along with him with Jalen Williams putting 20 and Chet Holmgren putting 18. Bench came out there with 20 points. Not bad. But SGA is gonna be SGA. That I told you he was gonna be the star of the show. He's gonna be the diamond in the rough. And the diamond in the rough got that ring. But I gotta give shout outs on the other side. Mr. T.J. McConnell. He kept them boys afloat the rest of the majority of the game until fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden the claps had just begun. TJ has 16, 6, and 3. My biggest disappointment on the Spacers. I like to say Miles Turner. How you doing? Report to the main office. 6 points? No, scratch that. Not Miles Turner. Nismith. Report. 3 points? That's all you can give him? Ugly 3? 30 minutes of work?
Yuck.
Hey Rob, does that sound like no, does that sound like work to, that's like good work? Yeah, I know. Bench, how you doing? You outscore OKC by like you only have like 42 points. Mostly was on Benedict Mathurin and TJ McConnell mostly. Point of being is this. And I know that one dude that we were looking for is ducking and hiding. We know he's hiding. Don't worry about hiding. We'll get him when the getting is right. The bottom line is this: OKC did what they had to do. It took them 7 games to get it done, but they got the job done. So big up to Hartenstein with Hartenstein. That was a good pickup from the free agency. I know the Knicks are sick right now.
They have a.
I know they're sick, and like they want to find the nearest bridge and jump. But the point being is this that it was a good game. Unfortunately for Halliburton, Achilles is going to be out at least 4 to 6 months, maximum full year.
Oh, you're not seeing him next season, bro.
Nah, along with Damian and along with Jason Tatum, it's going to be wide open. So that's my intake on the NBA final.
Okay, so here's my next question. I guess
Mm-hmm.
y'all already kind of said it in y'all speeches. Do y'all see this team possibly making a dynasty run? Because a dynasty hasn't been done since what the Bulls Lakers era. So the only team that came close to it was Miami. They won 2 and 4. They were close to the dynasty. Oh, actually, the Spurs did it. Um, do y'all see this team possibly doing a dynasty?
I, s- I say, let me go in. I say a soft yes. A soft. The reason why I say a soft yes is because you have to think about it. Other team is going to try to balance out a little bit more. We know the Lakers are getting older. LeBron's on his way out the door. We know that. The Suns get ready to rebuild pretty soon. It's under rebuilding right now. And Sacramento might be under rebuilding too. So you got some of these teams that's under rebuilding right now. It's a soft yes for OKC to repeat. The only way how I see it's gonna be a little tough if the West decided to draft more better and free agency no more better. You do see, and I'm giving you a prime example. OKC show us something. They remind us of the San Antonio Spurs. They homegrown their players. They ain't need no super team. They homegrown them. So they go show you that homegrown players does make a difference than building a super team. Because super team you only gonna last what 2 or 3 years. That means you have roughly 2 or 3 years to get an NBA championship under your belt. And that to me is like it's like build you got to build it from the ground up. So I see OKC say I saw a soft yes for a dynasty, but bear in mind some of the teams in the West that was like in the hot garbage are going to come up slowly but surely and challenge OKC.
Rob, what say
Like,
you?
like who? Because I don't see nobody beating OKC right now. I don't. They
In two,
have
three,
you have
two,
the
3 years.
you no. I don't see not one team in the West right now.
Mm-mm,
The only team that maybe could possibly do it is depends on how they work out. Is between Dallas and Houston, but
mm-mm,
outside of that, nobody's gonna give them a run right now. I like the Lakers, but like you said, they're getting older.
mm-mm.
I like Minnesota. You gotta figure it out, and I don't think they will ever will. That's why you've always labeled them as the house of disappointment. They're gonna stay that way until they figure it out.
Mm-mm.
Well,
I would the
they tried to. Minnesota tried to figure it out because they tried to get KD too, and unfortunately that happened. So
oh wait till we get to that conversation. That's a whole
yes,
nother one.
yes, yes,
Oh
yes.
yes, sir.
Like I said, Houston and Dallas are probably the only two teams right now, the way they're constructed, can give OKC a run. But unless Denver pulls something out of their asses, ain't nobody beating OKC right now in the West. They literally are going to be one of the rare teams to do something that really no other team has done in a long time. Everybody is coming back next year.
But
Everybody will be back next year. Everybody is under contract. And they have the 15 overall pick this year in this year's draft. Plus, they did something that's never been done as well. They had a rookie who never played, got hurt, and he's a champion. We don't even know who that person is. So you got the rookie that never played, you got the number 15 and the number 24 pick in this year's draft, plus you got a top 4 protected and a top 8 protected pick for next year's draft. The East is terrible because all the stars are hurt. The only team that might have a slight chance of getting back into it will be Cleveland. That's if their team get the chemistry, and then Detroit, if they get another star to go with them.
mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody beating OKC right now. This right, the dynasty word is loosely thrown. But if they run this back and stay just as healthy as they were last year of this year into next year, ain't nobody beating this team. This is a dynasty in the making, especially how the way the East is constructed. It's not even about the West; it's about the East. The East look like really hot garbage right now. There's really no team right now in the East that you're really fear of because guess what? OKC is beating all of them except for one. And then turn around the team that they beat multiple times in the regular season, took 7 games and beat them. So, and they're not gonna have their best player all year. So if unless Indiana pull a rabbit out of their ass and make a big trade for another star for at least a year, this is OKC's to lose. I don't see it.
now here's my thing, right? I can see OKC getting a dynasty in the making, right? Because they got everything working out for them. Picks, They about to lock up these three guys for the next 5 years, so they'll have their core intact. Now, the role players might be a question because the role players might be gone because of when you win a title, you end up losing people.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they got so much capital behind them, I don't see them falling off. Now, Dallas is an interesting situation, which we about to find out Wednesday night because they about to get Cooper Flag. If Cooper Flag works with AD and Kyrie, with Clay, I agree with Rob. Dallas could be a very, very serious problem next year. Because Kyrie gonna be back next year because he got injured late enough to where he could still come back. So he's fine. Now let's go ahead and start talking about Houston because with this trade that just happened, we had arguments with saying that Houston won the trade, Phoenix won the trade. Phoenix, I believe they got 5 seconds, one first, which they got back. Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green gone. Now, I said this when Golden State eliminated Houston a couple weeks back that I said don't be surprised Jalen Green get traded out today and they put KD. Me, Rob and I were two people that said that this was going to happen. And lo and behold, Rob, look what the basketball gods gave us.
Exactly what we wanted.
So let's talk about it. Who won the trade first? We'll talk about the other part next. Rob, break it down for the people. Talk to them.
Houston won the trade flat out. This was a slam dunk for Houston because it's literally the definition of right now mode. I think the fact that you gave up your seconds and not your first is important because of the fact that if you giving up your first for like if you're giving up more than two firsts for a Kevin Durant that's 36 going on 37, you're wasting time. So I think for that aspect of it, I think it was perfect. Granted, Jalen Green, I mean, I give him credit. He pleaded his heart out saying that he did not want to leave. I get it. It again is where you were drafted at. It's a tax-free state. It's a nice little area to live. Nobody wants to leave a state where you're only paying $100 million out of a $200 million contract, and $100 million in Texas can basically taking you as far as you want to. But this is the NBA. This is a business, and in the business of the NBA is a what have you done for me lately? And Jalen Green, you have done absolutely 100% nothing in the last series. You did absolutely 100% nothing. So you happen to be the scapegoat. You got to get up out of there. Now, we were talking about the whole Dylan Brooks situation. Now, as an impactful player that he is, it is true, but there has been evidence that has shown in the lifetime of even of just this year that Dylan Brooks and Kevin Durant do not like each other. They will not coexist in the same building. They have not coexisted in the same building. And you give me any reason of any good that can outweigh Dylan Brooks' bad, you can't find one. He's a streaky shooter. His defense, when he actually wants to play defense, is impeccable. But his mouth gets into some more trouble than Draymond Green. So when you add that component, that's not what the Ime Udoka team is. So Ime Udoka team is good on defense, isolate offense, find your best scorer. Well, now Houston has their best scorer. As much as we like Fred VanVleet, and he was great for this year, he ain't Kevin Durant. He ain't 7 foot. He's not an easy scorer that can get a bucket anytime he wants to. That ain't Fred VanVleet. That's Kevin Durant.
50
Now,
40.
yep, 50, 40, 90. Every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Now you've opened the door for more scoring. You have opened the door for more scoring from the others, because once KD gets double, guys like Alfred Sengun, Fred VanVleet, Amin Thompson can get easier shots. The flow of the offense can be more efficient. And them being in second place last year, they could possibly either be there again this year, or even better, might even top off the first spot. I ain't going that far yet, but right now, as of this present day, Houston won the trade.
Okay. Who won the trade? The answer is a draw. A draw. And here's why I say this. Yes, Rob mentioned all the accolades that Kevin Durant did for scoring and everything else. But for Phoenix, they got some of their draft picks a little bit back from that Brooklyn Net deal. That's why I say it's a draw. As far as concerned. Because let's face it, going into Wednesday draft, Phoenix really didn't have nothing to deal with. Not a draft pick, no nothing in the first round. Nothing. Because of that deal in Brooklyn that they gave away to get Kevin Durant coming to Phoenix. And now you trade Kevin Durant to Houston, and you got some of your draft capital back. So you can have players surrounded Devin Booker. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Bradley Beal's gonna be on his way out sooner rather than later. Either by trade or a contract run out.
His contract is very screwed up. You see his contract?
Yeah, I can pull up. Let me pull up his contract for you. Thank you for telling me that. Bradley Beal
Talking about Bradley
contract.
Beal's contract,
Yes, sir.
arguably the worst contract in NBA history.
You can take the Wizards for that.
Yep.
You can take 5 years, $251 million. That means he got next year and then a player option. So basically 1 or 2 years. And you got 53 million. So you're gonna make $53 million this year coming up for 2026 season. And if you choose to take the player option, you'll make 57.
You know he's gonna
I,
want me before he gets his money, right?
I
Because
don't
because if Phoenix was to let him go, he's not gonna get that money again.
nah, so that's why I say either Bradley Beal might get traded or let the contract run out. But I think nobody don't want that kind of type of financial headache on the books. So this is why I said draw for Phoenix. So for Houston, you got Kevin Durant, score machines of that. So that's the way I see the trade.
Yeah, but see, the problem with the Bradley Beal trade, anybody who takes him, they got to pay 15% up front.
And that's why I say nobody don't want to take that financial headache.
Hell no. See, my thing, I think Houston, to me, won it because they got the one piece that probably hindered them from possibly going to the finals last year. And
Okay.
and they didn't give, and the one thing that hindered them, they got rid of. And like I said, I didn't really know about the whole Brooks and KD situation, but that makes a hell of a lot of sense. But you look at Houston now, you look at possibly being in argument the second best team in the West right now.
No arguments needed for me right now. I believe they are the second best team in the West.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
it may
can't. I agree
I
with that.
don't say to that, but it kind of gotta be Houston, right?
Oh yeah, I believe right now, as presently constructed, Houston is the second best team in the West, especially keeping Steven Adams. That was a big piece to the puzzle that they needed to keep. Not on top of having KD there, that was a real great pickup to keep with them. So
and
that
see
with
that
that move happening and getting KD, and you didn't lose none of your real other younger players like Amin Thompson, Jabari Smith, uh, Eason, and any of those other young guys. Good.
I, I mean, if you look at it from a certain standpoint, for real, really, he got really Houston paid Steve Adams for a reasonable price. Nothing big and nothing small, just reasonable.
Oh yeah. Well, he's been in the league for a while. He's made his money. Right now, he's looking for a place to try to win a championship, and this is probably one of the few teams that, if you look at the market wise, this is a good shot you can win it. And they gave, and mind you, they're the ones that gave him a second chance. Because really, if you really look at it, he had a torn ACL, and nobody really wanted to touch him because he didn't think he still had it.
Yeah,
But Ime Houston said differently, and now he's been rewarded for it.
and I'm on the flip side of it. I'm be honest with you. I hope when they play Memphis, I hope Steven Adams play. I'm gonna make it personal.
Well, I mean, Stephen now is like heading in the back end of his career, even though he was an impact in that series against Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think that was a big help that they kept Steven with Shangoon. Um,
Oh, Alfred Sengun.
Make him a
yeah,
better rebounder.
yeah, them two like twin towers. Them two formidable defense. Um, but as far as the East concerned, the East really for the East is wide open because I mean, an argument. If KD went to the Heat, I think the Heat would have instantly went up to a top four team easily.
Mm, mm.
I agree, and my issue with the Heat is
Go ahead.
it's now become fruition of who the problem is when it comes to Miami.
Pat Riley,
You better believe it.
yeah,
Yep.
You better believe it.
And this is why nobody want to come to Miami.
yep. because he's so because he's so stuck with this Heat culture thing that Heat culture thing time has passed.
Nope. And making Eric Spirat and Eric Spoelstra, blah, 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 tongue tied.
Eric Spoelstra,
Eric Spoelstra looking bad.
and he is not a bad coach.
No, he's been with that organization for over 25 years
Sure did,
from the ground up.
sure did.
So that's the difference.
I think it's time for and to be honest with you, it's kind of like the Brad Stevens situation. It's time for Eric Spoelstra to go up and be the GM of that team.
Yeah,
It's time
yeah.
because if they don't find a way to get Pat Riley out of that building, he's going to destroy the Heat.
Yep,
Because once Bam and Tyler Hero's contracts are done, I can outside of probably being in Miami, I can almost 100% sure they're gonna want to get out.
yep.
So until you bring them some real help, because KD would have been this is another reason why I'm very upset with Miami. The minute the minute I heard that Tyrese Halliburton had a calf string, I would have done everything I could to push all in. I'd have pushed the button because with a calf strain, it's going to take a while for somebody to come back. And just being devil's advocate. If once the Achilles happened, and this was before this was after the trade for KD. I I would be one pissed off team. I would be a pissed off person. If I'm Bam out of body right now, I'm pissed off because the free agency market is going to be probably slim to none this year. There's no real big names when you look at the free agency market. It's slim pickings this year. It's really mostly role players that need to be on a contending team to make it work. So Miami, this is the second, and to be honest, this is the second time in 5 years they've screwed the ball. You screwed it up on Damian Lillard, and now you screwed it up on Kevin Durant. So this is now it was just, oh, maybe it's just nobody, maybe it's just the players that are saying it. No, it's Pat. It's Pat
Yeah.
Riley. It's Pat
Yeah.
Riley. We've known this for years, but now it's really become obvious. He's forgot about what it means to go all in, and he feels like he's now bigger than the Miami Heat, and the Miami Heat has got to set an example for him.
Yep. With Bam out body contract, his
He just
final,
resigned anyway. I
yeah,
already
he already resigned already. So his final 5 year contract by the end after that, it'll be the maximum veteran distinction.
know.
So he'll have basically he signed a 3 year deal to opt out on third year. So that's one thing with Tyler Hero's contract. If I can pull it up for a moment with Tyler
He's got
Hero.
like another 4 years left on the contract.
Tyler Hero, pull it up. Tyler Hero actually got 2 years left on his contract this year and next year.
Let's see.
The 25-26 season and the 26-27 season.
And that could be the demise of the team right there because they can't re-sign him back on top of and then it'll be just Bam by himself.
No. And that's his rookie. By the way, that's his rookie. That's his rookie extension. So his new contract. So whoever offering a new contract will be different.
I mean, probably be fair to say in the next year or two, if not now, the Heat is in rebuilding mode anyway.
Yeah.
And even with the Spurs, why he didn't go to the Spurs? Can y'all explain?
Explain that. I can explain it to you. And if Rob can probably I'd agree or help me out with one thing. I think it has something to do with the players we want to give up in the contract. That's what you have to do. And one of the draft picks. Because at the time, the Suns actually contacted the Spurs first, actually, before they went to go contact the Miami and Houston. So they wanted one of our first round picks. They wanted KJ and Vaselli to come to Phoenix for Kevin Durant. Here's the problem. Kevin Durant was around about $50 million. And Rob and I know this very well. El Jefe wasn't going to go for that. Not all. Not one bit. And I'm going to since I took care of the first half, I'm going to let Rob take care of the second half part.
Yeah, Ali, here's the problem. We're not going to pay a 37-year-old $54 million on a 1 year contract maybe then he might not even extend.
Mm.
Nah. We got draft cap, we got the cap space and all that. But if we give up one of our first round picks for this year, two of our young studs for an older guy who may not even come back, and looking for a champion, and mind you, Spurs are not in a championship window right now. That's another reason why that we probably wasn't going to be one of the destinations. Now, with him being there, could we have been a championship team with Harrison Barnes and possibly re-signing Chris Paul and getting there and keeping De'Aaron Fox? Mind you, we got to keep De'Aaron Fox in the fold. There's
Yep.
also another reason why we couldn't even get through the Kevin Durant part. So with those variables, Pop understood. Pop, here's the one thing: Pop has been a GM of this team before. This is where he started as. Started as a GM. He knows how to build the team. He knows what the salary cap is about. $54 million for a 1 year guy, knowing that we got to pay De'Aaron Fox and we're gonna have to pay Wemby in due time. Nope.
Price tag was too high.
Yep. So we're good.
Totally understandable. Um, so let's move forward, Lone Wolf.
Yep.
So the Stanley Cup playoffs is here and gone.
Mm-hmm.
Florida went ahead and after game four, they put Edmonton over their knees and spanked them all the way to game six.
Correct.
Now Florida is back-to-back champions. The last team that did it was the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yep.
Lone Wolf, go ahead and explain, break it down.
Let's just say when you leave a goalie on an island by himself with no help, what do you expect? This is one of the reasons why they got Brad Marchand to come to Florida for a reason. They need that extra depth in line. And Brad Marchand paid dividends. This is the reason why they had no answer for Sam Bennett. Because Sam Bennett really basically in game six, when he closed the show, he was basically a one-man army. And I felt sorry for, I was going to blame Stuart Skinner on a couple occasions, but I felt sorry for Stuart Skinner because some of Edmonton or defensive players decided to leave him on the island, not clearing their zone. Nothing. But there's somebody I want to talk to that played like, how you say it, rat ass in game six. I'm going to say one of them for you. Mr. Leon Sally. How you doing, man? You doing great? You doing fine? You was hot all series long, and then all of a sudden game six, you became cold. I understand Florida not a top 10 defense, but you score more than on your team than anybody else. The point is being is this, Leon. You did all you can do, but I'm not going to blame you either. I'll just give you a small little shoe talk. I'd say I'm saving one. I'm saving that one for somebody else. The point of being is this: Sergei Bobrovsky actually played his ass off, especially in Game 6. Everybody played their ass off. So kudos to the Panthers for winning back to back. You join the ranks. You join the ranks of likes of Detroit Red Wings, Edmonton Oilers of the '80s, Pittsburgh Penguins back in the 2000s, late 2000s, and the Lightning. Big ups.
I got no dog in this fight. I pick Edmonton because I thought they learned their lesson from last year. Obviously, they didn't. This time you went. Last year you went to 7. This time you went to 6. All both games lost in the same building. You didn't learn your lesson. And the bad part about it is, unless you figure it out, I don't think you got any chance of coming right back to the scene of the crime because it was already hard for y'all to do it last year with the firing of your coach and switching to an interim coach. Now the interim is the head coach full time, and you made it back with the same result. Fool me one time, shame on you. This is a fool me twice. I blame myself. Florida, they have been they started out slow in the season, picked it up after All Star break, realized who they were again, and became champions again. That's all I got for it. He can go ahead and destroy his best. He can go ahead, Ali. You can go ahead and destroy your favorite player.
And that's who I was saving that player for. He's all yours.
Y'all finished?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah. By all means. Have him. Have him.
So, um, you bum. You talking to you fucking piece of shit, bum. 97, bum. This is what we came to watch. This is what you wanted us to see. Y'all came back and had an opportunity. Same team, back to back years, and this is what you have us watch. An embarrassment of a rat. Hey, I could understand. I could understand the Rat King. I could understand the Rat King after what he did this past weekend. But you, you were supposed to right the wrong from last year after y'all went through 7 games. You would figure the off season would motivate your ass when you're supposed to be the best player. Now you come in this playoff and Sam Bennett took everything from you. In one game, the man had 4 goals.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
He
was the closer.
he did what you supposed to do.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I can't put best player on your resume right now. I gotta take that off. You're not the best player. No, no, no. Because you've been in the playoffs for the last 3 years. And all 3 years you has been sent home with nothing. If you couldn't beat these dudes back to back years, what ain't gonna take for you to get a Stanley Cup? When it's not Florida, I am beyond disappointed in you, Connor. Because the 2 games that you had a chance to respond, you did absolutely fucking nothing. You didn't score a goal. You didn't get a point. You right now go sleep with the rats. I go put you down there with the rats. I gonna put you with the rat king. Where disappointments are meant to die for the moment. Except for you I gonna put you in the cell. The rat king is in solitary confinement with the rest of the rats. You fucking bum!
Only scored one goal in this Stanley Cup. Only one.
What is that? What the fuck are you supposed to do with that?
Can't do nothing with it.
It's like you went flat.
Yep. He scored one goal in this year's Stanley and two in last year's.
Like, what are you? Why are you? Why are you? You James Harden? You James Harden?
Starting to look like it.
Mhm.
Huh? That's some James Harden shit.
James Harden in hockey.
This game when you need him most, you don't find him. Connor McDavid are putting you in the James Harden chair.
That's bad.
I'm sorry. I am
Go ahead.
sits in the James Harden chair.
Go ahead. Keep going.
In the biggest moment, you choke like a rat ass. You and James Harden sleep together. Sleep with the rats. I'm done with you. Bye. No carbo for you. You sleep with the rats. All off season, you practice with the rats. Maybe that should motivate your ass next season.
I don't know if he needs that. And after this, he might just need some therapy because getting beat by the same team twice.
You need to sleep with rats. And not just ordinary rats. I'm talking about the New York rats. You know how big them rats is? Now, let's move on. So, the NFL off season has gone intrigued. By the way, everybody, we are doing a spell this week, Sunday coming up. We're gonna go and all the teams. We're gonna give a little pre predictions, and then when we come back in for week season 6, in the end of August, we'll have another one because you know ACL tears are due to happen. Y'all know it's coming. Um, so I'll ask you, Lord, what intriguing you so far in this season in minicamp? I don't need you to the first thing to pop up to you. Bam, quick.
Shador Sanders.
Mm, yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Shador Sanders has got me intrigued. Now,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
let, 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 let's pause on it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what recently happened with this young child. Shador, you're not in Colorado anymore. You're in Cleveland. Cleveland is a red state. Stop speeding. Okay? Can y'all elaborate for him, please?
Simple. You have the money. Get you a driver or get you an Uber. You're not driving for the rest of the season. Your driving days are over. Second sighting in a month. And mind you, sir, you have Mississippi license. Actually, no, you have Mississippi tags with Colorado license. I need you to do better. Please do better, sir. Either you calm down on the speeding or get you an Uber. You have the money for it. Get you a driver for the year. Let him take you where you need to go. Because obviously you don't understand the consequences of your actions, and you just gotta stop.
Remember, you're a fifth round pick. You're not a first. You don't have that much of a leash.
Nope. Because the one
Mm-mm.
thing about the NFL, they find anything, and I do mean anything wrong that can jeopardize the team, you're gone. You
No
see
more.
your brother ain't doing nothing wrong. Might want to learn from him.
His brother staying hitting as much as he can and putting that work. But let's give credit. Shador said I've been staying there to get some extra work in minicamp, but which is a good thing. The bad part is, like Rob said, is off the field issue. And like I say, in this league, you are responsible for yourself. Nobody else. Not, and you should learn that from Dion. Dion should have told you that from the beginning. The time you was 10 years old, that you are responsible for yourself. You are responsible to get up and meet for the meetings. You are responsible to get up for practice. You are responsible for everything that you need to do. And that's one of the reasons why you didn't make the first round nor the first overall pick. And that's why Cam Ward actually kind of looked at you like a fool because of that. So Shador, I appreciate that you put in the extra work, try and get Joe Flacco top spot. But you gotta slow yourself down on outside stuff, dude. That's not good, man. You see your fellow teammate down there and who resides in Jacksonville ain't doing all that stuff. I know he's lovey dovey, but he ain't doing all that stuff. That's my intake.
Rob, what has intrigued you in minicamp?
Cincinnati.
Oh, talk to me.
Why the hell they have not signed their first round draft pick yet?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Talk to me because they got another issue that they're trying to figure out if they're gonna sign him or not.
Well, let's just say this: if they keep this up, he could actually be redrafted. If he doesn't sign by a certain time, he's actually eligible to be in the 2026 draft. And that has never been done before.
No.
Cincinnati's so damn cheap.
It's either they're so cheap or
They
he
don't
or he
allow the
or he,
goddamn.
it's either they're so cheap or he's trying to get something in his contract that not a lot of rookies can get, because if you look at it, look at Travis Hunter's contract. Travis Hunter contract is 30 million up front. And now he's now actually with that, he's actually now the highest paid non-quarterback. And I can understand why he held out long enough, because you got to remember, he's doing that. He did that because he's going to play two positions. So that makes perfect sense. Now, the defensive end for Cincinnati, I don't know what he's looking for.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what I don't know what the outcome of this could be. But if he doesn't sign very soon and suit up, Cincinnati's going to lose a first round. I hope. Well, I don't know. I don't know what this happens. I don't know if Cincinnati gets their first round draft pick back for next year or what. We've never got to this point where a first rounder doesn't sign their rookie contract. So I haven't seen this before. And the bad part about it is he's literally the last person that has not signed his contract that's a first round pick. All the first rounders have signed every last one of them. Because Travis signed his today. He was the last one of the top 10. He's the last one overall that has not signed. I don't know what's going on with that one.
Cincinnati acting like Family Dollar. Um, I guess I could tell you mine. I mean, can Stefan Diggs please stop with all of this distraction on my team, please? Like, that's my only issue. Everybody is cool in my camp. I just need Stefan Diggs to stop with all of the distraction. I know who you're with. I know I know who your woman is. We all know. Y'all went ahead on Instagram and blur it out for the whole world to hear and see. We know. And we know she bad too. We ain't gonna deny that.
Mm-hmm.
But I need you to go tell Cardi when you're with the team, I need you locked in with the team. You could save that Ponani after the game and your bye week. I need you locked in, sir. We are trying to get back to the playoffs. We can't get back to the playoffs without you.
I 100% agree.
I said Super Bowl.
No, I agree. No, I agree. You can't get back to the playoffs without him. I 100% agree with that.
I am not gonna be one of those ones who gonna say we gonna make it to the Super Bowl. I say we got a chance to make the playoffs.
Oh no, 100% agree.
But your ass need to behave. Cause I thought we needed a better number one receiver other than you. But we got you anyway. So I have to treat you like a damn father. As long as you wearing my Patriot uniform. You gonna produce, you gonna behave, and you're gonna shut the fuck up and listen to Mike Vrabel and listen to Josh McDaniels. Because Josh McDaniels, in my argument, is the best offensive coordinator you ever got in your damn career.
Amen.
So
No argument with me.
if I was you, I would pipe down and shut up.
I think he will once the season starts.
He better.
He will.
I say, I have a linchpin for my team. I need 8 wins out of them. 8.
Well, the reason why I know he will is because you gotta also remember he's technically on a one, even though he signed a 3-year contract, he's technically on a 1-year deal.
So he
Because
ain't got no choice but to behave.
yeah, because if this year doesn't work out for him, they can actually void his contract the last 2 years and make him a free agent all over again. So he
And,
doesn't have a choice.
and the Crafts won't be, and Robert and Jonathan won't be hesitant to do it.
We
Because,
see him
look,
do it. We heard it.
If
We see him
Stephon
doing it
Diggs
on a
never
lot of
learned
people.
one thing, he'll learn this.
Mm.
If he can get rid of Tom, and if he can get rid of the coach, don't think you're not exempt from that.
Okay, Robert John, not shit. No. All right. Now, um, we talked about the Aaron Rodgers situation already. But like I said, next week we're gonna go in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who are football fans, we're all gonna come back in here next week. Actually, not next week. This Sunday, Sunday night, we're gonna have a little 1 hour, 2 hour and a half, 2 hour special. We're gonna go over every single division, wins, losses, over under. We like to make our preseason predictions before the predictions that be coming up. In our final show before the off season, before we take our month and a half break. Um, did I miss anything?
Um, no, not that I
Besides,
know of.
besides John Jones retiring,
Yes, yes, yes. Please, let's talk about that.
I have no words for him. He's such a bum. He's such a,
sorry, man.
I think John Jones.
he just needs he needs some serious help.
What y'all take on that first?
He needs some serious help, man. Like mental, like real mental health. I don't know what's going on in that. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what's like I said. I don't know what it is, but it's just he needs he needs some serious help upstairs because you did all this work to come back. You were the heavyweight champion in your first match back. You had issues again, lost the belt. Then you get a chance to get it back. And then months before the fight, you all of a sudden just drop off and just say, I quit. You got some serious issues you got some demons that you have not really fully resolved. And I don't know what those demons are, but I hope you get the help that you need because I'd rather see you mentally well as a person than as a fighter. Because I don't know what the fight game has done for you, but it looked like it gave you the career that you wanted, but then it became a curse. So whatever you got going on in your life, sir, I hope you get it fixed, get it straightened out, and make sure you live on for the next 20 to 30 years of your career of your life and just figure it out because this fight game ain't for you no more. I guess you were trying to get it for the money and whatever issues you got, like I said, whatever issues you got going on, just get yourself mentally checked on because you ain't right now.
Mm.
Oh man, I don't know what to say. Let me put it this way: Francis Ngannou was a better champion than him, and I said that. So let me get this straight: if Francis Ngannou was in the UFC, he had no problem fighting Aspinall. None, zero. But John, you went from light heavyweight to heavyweight. You have personal problems on the outside from DUIs, cocaine, all the stuff. You came back and moved to the heavyweight division, and like I said, Robert, you beat everybody. Then when the fight was getting ready to rock and roll, y'all agree with each other. All of a sudden, you just go ahead, and just hang up, and retire. Now, as far as Tom Aspinall goes, I'm glad he's a UFC heavyweight champion. Big ups to him. But he didn't want the. But let's be honest with you, Rob. Let's be honest with you, Chef. He didn't want it that way. You know, and I know very well he did not want it that way. He'd rather beat John Jones than to get it that way.
Oh,
Now
we
I don't
know
make
that.
now I don't make the rules for how the UFC do the how to upgrade their championship belts. One thing, but this ain't the first time that John Jones screw people over fights or days to the fights. Let me maybe take you back to roughly, I think, was it 10 years ago, I believe?
Daniel Cormier.
And like 3 days before the fight, he tested positive for coke. And Daniel Cormier was hot. So this ain't the first time that John Jones actually screwed another fighter, not because of payday, just screwed fighter in general to get opportunities. And if he retires, go on about merry way, retire, but also seek mental health as well. The point is being is this that um there's not much heavyweights out there in the UFC. Let's be
Nope.
honest with you. Not much big name heavyweights out there. Guys like Street, Mirchik, gone. Cain Vasquez, gone. Francis Ngannou, gone. And keep in mind, if I was Francis Ngannou, I would never come back to UFC after they did you dirty. Point being is, you go ahead and enjoy your retirement, John. But just keep in mind, you screwed that man over an opportunity to beat you. That's all I'll say to you.
Uh, I gonna hate to say this, but I think John Jones' career is tainted. Yeah, he going down as the greatest fighter, but y'all don't think his career tainted with all of these issues?
Tainted or question mark?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, no.
100%.
Yes.
He
So
done.
Is he done? Yeah.
no, we just think it's tainted.
Oh, tainted. Yeah.
It's question if UFC will ever put him in the hall. And the bad part about it is he deserves to go. It's just why when you gave me all this headache.
Mm,
He could have had everything upon his wildest dreams had he had just stayed in the straight and narrow.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
But nope.
Now, oh, now the thing is this. Question is, was he ducking and dodging from asphalt? Is a question mark.
We won't really know until like I said, until his mental is right. Because if he
Right.
comes out and speak right now, I would not believe a damn thing he says.
Now keep in mind, if I recall correctly, and help me out, gentlemen, did he duck and dive Nagano, Francis?
I, I,
Oh no, that one's kind of iffy.
yeah, I was like, I don't know.
That was kind of Francis wanted more money from the UFC, and then Jones wanted to get back into the UFC. So it's kind of like that's a 50-50 split.
Yeah,
So basically, what I'm saying,
You gotta remember Francis, because you gotta remember Francis was the heavyweight champion. He really wasn't making that much money, so he was like, "Look, if I'm bringing all these ratings to UFC, and everybody loved, and mind you, as much as we love the featherweights and the middleweights, it's something about a heavyweight when it doesn't matter what sport it is. If a heavyweight fight is out there, you want to see big guys get knocked the hell out.
exactly.
mm-hmm.
And at the time, Francis was the biggest thing because he took on all comers. Doesn't matter what size it was, he literally took on all comers. And when we heard
Mhm.
Francis and John Jones came into the picture, we're like, okay, now we got something here. The issue was Francis' contract came up. He was still champion, and he wanted to get paid, and he deserved every right to get paid because he held the title for almost a year. So I wouldn't say he kept ducking. I think UFC mismanaged that opportunity they could have had.
not not only that, I think he would look for better benefits.
Absolutely, which I think
Yeah,
UFC should be getting anyway. It's a
to me,
combat
like
sport
this.
that you could possibly die in the ring. You should get more. You should get more better benefits. You should get better benefits, no matter what.
Yeah. Um. Another thing is that I caught my eye on is September.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, yes. Last thing before,
Hood. Yep.
so tell me, right? So
Mm-hmm.
tell me, what sense do they have an undefeated fighter as the underdog?
And a fighter who's been fighting more fights. That's the part I don't understand. He's had more matches than Canelo has, which I don't understand why they will put Bud as even a plus. This should be a minus minus.
Basically, pick 'em.
That's what it should be.
Yeah, should have pick 'em.
It should be a pick 'em, but I guess the only reason why is because Bud is moving up in weight and Canelo doesn't have to drop weight. Maybe that's the only reason why they have him as a plus. I just think that, Lord, I don't like saying it's Canelo, but I think it's for me, it's the truth. I don't think Canelo has fought a real fighter in a long time.
Huh? Huh?
Because I don't want to disrespect all the fighters that he has fought because those are fighters. I just don't think he hasn't fought anybody that's been up to his level in a long time that gave him hell.
Oh, he about to fight the best one in the world too.
And the bad part about it is the only thing that makes this even more sad is that we're getting them like at the end of their prime, and we should have got this at least 2 years ago when they were both still up.
Yeah.
But I'll take it now because they still got a lot, and they still got a good amount in their tank to at least take the fight. This is not like a Floyd and
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao. Yeah, this is not a Floyd and Pacquiao situation where we waited way too long. This one is kind of like almost too late, but we can still get a chance to see a good fight because we know what's at stake.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
This not just a championship fight. This is a legacy fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is with Camelo is this: the toughest fight he had was Triple G the first round, the first one. And Dimitri Bivol the second one. But we lost to him in unanimous decision. Um, and obviously for Mayweather, of course.
I was about to say Floyd has been his biggest. Well, and the only issue with Floyd is Floyd caught him when he was literally a baby. I think if Floyd would have caught him maybe a year later, Floyd would have
Mhm.
probably made a mistake.
Yeah,
But he was a baby when he fought him. But
yeah, he
now as an older man has already know what he got in life, fighting against a guy who's just I just let's just say he's just a knockout artist, and he methodically takes his time and knocks you out. It's literally just going to come down to literally who's got enough gas to finish the job. Because both guys can fight, both guys can box. The question is who strikes at the right time. And when they do strike, they don't miss. Neither one of them.
nah. But like I said, that last fight that Bud had, let's face it, I love Bud, but that first couple rounds, he struggled against Mazarov. He struggled against him the first couple rounds, and then once he got settled in, then he was okay. But the point of being is this: Canelo can't cut the ring in half like he do. Every fight that Canelo Alvarez has fought, he cut the ring, so he can't go nowhere. Bud is almost the same thing, except for Bud can fight out of the cut. So like I said. And by the way, I think it's gonna be on Netflix. By the way,
It is.
so that's even better. Just hope the live stream don't interfere it.
Oh, you know it is. With a fight like this, everybody's going to watch it on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. I mean, I'm just very shocked that they got him at plus money when he's undefeated, but I can understand him moving up in weight class. So having Canelo being the advantage. So okay. Um, I'll tell you this. If I was a bad man, which I kind of is, I would take Bud right now at the plus money. What y'all got?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
At a plus 150 right now, I would take it right now because going on throughout let's see, what is this? June, guarantee you by August it's gonna flip.
Oh yeah, it might be even by then.
It'll be even by
So
then.
it will drop to if by the time we get to like near the fight, it will probably drop to maybe plus 110.
No. We not even
might
going
be
Or
there.
or
We're
or
thinking we're gonna be in the both in the negatives.
oh yeah, we're gonna be a plus 110 possibility. Or it might be turned to pick 'em.
I think that's what it'll eventually be.
Yeah, I
But
think it's gonna be like minus 102 to minus 110.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be
yeah,
that type of situation because the fact that Bud is at a plus 150 now, Vegas is trying to tell you get it now because once it's gone, it's gone.
yeah.
Yeah. Do I see it go?
Um,
Do I see it go distance? Yes.
Oh, we know that this fight is definitely going. It's zero way it's not unless Canelo just makes a stupid mistake. Keyword, I
um,
said him, not Bud.
I mean, I won't be surprised it goes distance, but both of these guys got knockout power. But they both do have strong chins. But I hope everybody enjoyed this hour and a half. I'm fine. I'm finally in Norfolk. Thank God. I'm about to go get me some rest because the dark days of summer begun. Because we ain't got no basketball until October. We ain't got no football until August. We got the women NBA, which we could talk about a little bit maybe next week. We got baseball going on right now, which we don't really talk about too much until October. So until then, until Sunday night in the season finale, this is your boy Rob up there, Lone Wolf over there, yours truly right here. Catch y'all on Sunday. Y'all have a blessed week. Take care of each other. We out. Peace.